All right, DJ Moore and Justin Fields. What are you thinking here?
I'm hearing that they're going to be a top 10 duo, which I guess the only argument against it would be the volume. That's the only concern if they
Mm-hmm.
have enough to get there. I think that it's a shoe in for Fields to get there as long as he plays enough games, top 10, because he's good enough. But the wide receiver question is still there. You know, he hasn't solved that yet. To say top 10 is a stretch, but I think it's certainly possible. What do you think?
So I think this could be a very interesting scenario because I've seen the graphs on Twitter where like it shows like I don't know like what the top team is, but no, like I think it's the Chargers. It's like the Chargers on top and then the Bears on like the very bottom, and it's like essentially like Chargers receivers had two times as many points like to score or two times as many opportunities to score fantasy points as the Bears receivers due to like A dot and their scoring and their like passing volume. So like Justin Fields clearly one of the most low volume passers in the league, um, but he's never had a true number one receiver. He's had a bunch of tertiary guys like Darnell Mooney is posing as an alpha, and if Justin Fields takes a little step forward and DJ Moore comes in and he's gonna be, I mean, much like Drake London, who is a guy around him, one of the league leaders in target share. Um, I mean, 30% is not an unreasonable expectation. I mean, it's probably a nice medium, but like 30% is very well within his reach, and you're not gonna get that around his range. It's just how good can Fields be, and can he finally score more than four touchdowns, which is like every year in his whole career. He's kind of been the same thing, and we've been waiting for him to like take the step forward. But I think there's a reasonable um, I don't know how to put it. Like it's gonna be a really unique scenario if he like busts because he's gonna have such a high target share. Like only with injury is he really gonna bust. But Fields and him are such a unique duo because there's nobody around him, and it's a first year coming in. There's like instant chemistry. He's gonna monopolize a lot of this offense. It's just how dominant can him and Fields be? Is Fields gonna be the same guy? Because if he's the same guy that he was last year, then it's like DJ Moore is probably not gonna pay out his ADP. But I mean, fourth, fifth round, it's you could definitely do worse. It's gonna be really crazy to see, and I'm loving on this camp hype, but I'm gonna see what I'm saying versus NFL DBs because the Bears defense is toast. It's awful. So
Hmm. Well, yeah, but what you want to see is that they're like at least like connecting. So that's with a new receiver coming into town. At least they're connecting already, and it's like something if you want to buy into the young player taking a step forward in his third year now. Um, and he was a very good college player. It makes sense for players to take a few years to acclimate to the league, especially at the quarterback position. Um, I think he's worth buying into. Just not you can't overbuy, obviously, like with any
yeah,
player. Um, super flex, he should be going in the first round.
which he did, I believe.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, 10th
Pick,
overall.
yeah, dude. I mean, like we were just talking about that like off camera, but that draft is so freaking cool. I mean, we can talk
Yeah,
about like some of that stuff you want, but um, I mean, like I guess just like on like DJ Moore, because you've been the guy that I have like deferred to for my like Fields optimism, and I can kind of buy into it now. But I've been the historic DJ Moore truther, and like I'm more curious than him. Like is it possible for him to get top 10? Is it possible for him to get top 6 or 8? Um, because he's gonna have that really big target share, like we were talking about, but he's gonna need to fall into the end zone 6 or 8 times at least to even have a shot at that. And I mean, who knows if the Bears just run a whole bunch again and he doesn't even have the opportunity to catch 80 balls, you know? So I mean, what's your thought there?
I think that you would want to see some like thought in the offense in the first like couple games. Like, what does the game plan look like? What do the plays look like? What does the schemes look like? Are they really trying to scheme him open? Are they using very general routes and formations, or are they doing things to scheme more open in uh, multiple ways? So if you're seeing things like that, I think then it's a real possibility that they could manufacture enough for him to get into the top 10. But um, if it's looking kind of like stale and vanilla type of offense, then I might want to like sell him after the first couple weeks,
Yeah. I
which is
mean,
possible. I think that Justin Fields is like, he's a good player. He's a smart kid. I think that he's got a big arm and he wants to use it. Now he's got a player that will be open all the time. So I think he'll be able to rip it in there to Moore. I don't see that. I don't see the problem as long as he doesn't have too much pressure like he has been. He's been sacked a ton.
mhm.
So they addressed the offensive line also in this offseason. And if he's got some time, I think he's going to want to show off his arm. So
Mhm.
let's see.
And I mean, Justin Fields said that he was a top 5 rushing quarterback ever. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. Not a great look, but probably true. I mean, he was so good last year. But off the back of a lot of scrambles due to an awful line, uh,
Yeah.
he's not going to be getting as many scrambles. Maybe they dial up some more runs for him, but I mean, he wants to get 4,000 yards. I saw that. That's not going to happen. He's probably looking at like 33 to 3,500 if he takes that like next step, which would be
Well,
great, and that's worth. But
if the Bears defense is as bad as you say it is, then maybe they'll have to throw a lot.
yeah, and like, man, who else is the ball going to go to besides DJ Moore? I mean, Mr. $15 man, $50 million man rather, Cole
Cole
Kmet
Kmet.
is going to catch him passes. Well, I mean, what are we doing there? And freaking Saquon Barkley is only getting 11 million, and like running backs don't matter, but like, come on now, bro. Cole Kmet versus Saquon Barkley, come on now.
Yeah. I mean, Cole Kmet. He's going to go high in this draft.